Previously on Trekking Along.
Alright, we are back at the Warwick Turnpike and spent the night in a hotel. I'm feeling better. Sarah's feeling better, but not 100%. I don't know that I'm 100% either, but we're going to hike today. Only doing about 11 miles. And there's another car. Michael was fantastic. Picked us up. Another car. Picked us up and dropped us off here. He was just a hoot to ride with. So he has a Tesla, and that was the coolest car ever, I think. We couldn't figure out how to open the doors to get in it. Then we couldn't figure out how to open the doors to get out of it. But it has like storage everywhere. So those are very cool cars. But ready to hike, use our legs to get around, and enjoy the day. New York. Yes, New York is today. So, I mean, we've been in New York, but we're officially going to hike into New York today.
Stay in New York for a little bit.
Yes, so off we go. Starting off the day with more board walking, which sadly has not been needed in New Jersey at all because there's been no rain and no water. But I think all that's going to change. I think tomorrow they're forecasting like an inch of rain. So makes for a yuckier hiking day, but there should be drinking water. So we're excited about that.
So the water here doesn't taste very good. It's better than the hotel room, but not great. So we're putting flavoring in it, and so we're like all sharing shots to see how we like this flavor to decide which one we like.
See, I don't like mine super. They like theirs super.
Becca has
flavored.
fruit punch, and I packed out strawberry watermelon flavor, which we all like better. So, but this water just doesn't taste very good.
I'll take that in my second bottle.
I'll take that one.
So,
Take a lot more.
filtering water, and we found out that there is a hot dog and ice cream stand in like 7 miles. So we might just do a very late lunch, but not too late. But there's gonna be hot dogs, so I think we're gonna do that. So just 7 more miles.
It is 10:30.
All right, we've got a fun little climb coming up.
Your turn.
Loving in. Be careful for you.
Come outside.
All right, I'm gonna need a checking bowl. Take it up here. Thank you.
Yay!
I'm not gonna hurt my knees unless I have to.
Really?
Now in New York. Woo! What state number is this?
I
have no idea.
Georgia, North Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, Maryland, Pennsylvania, New Jersey,
New York. So 5,
9.
6, 7, 8, 9.
9 states. Apparently not. It's been a long time since you've had to do it. Congratulations. Nope, no shade today. Is there a view or not really?
Yeah.
Oh, pretty mountains in the distance. Terrain's definitely not as flat as it used to be. Out of Pennsylvania for sure.
What?
One of the sketchier rock faces we have to cross here. Doesn't really have a good foothold. There you go. There you go. We love full packs, full resupply, full of bottles of water. Coming out of town is awesome. Rebecca found the trick, I think.
One of my best moments.
It's okay. It's all right. You can sit on your butt down this rock. It's all right. You had clean clothes, but that's okay.
Not concerned about my clothes.
I know. I don't know how well this is going to show up, but the rocks along here are purple. So it's like purple gravel. It's really kind of cool. But we're climbing up again today. Oh, and Emily has the pink ace bandage on because there was a section of rocks back there that was kind of slick. Took out me and Emily, but she's the only one that the rock actually ate. So she tore up her knee pretty good, and it was easier. Yeah, with the size that it was just easier to slap a sanitary napkin on it and cover it with an ace bandage than to sit there and put 1,000 band-aids on. So that's what we did, and for right now it's working. Yeah, see the tree with the double blaze?
Well, I wanted to see where you are.
Hey, it doesn't get any easier.
Thank you for the encouragement.
No sticks required.
Another one of these fun climbs where you have to figure out where every hand and foot is going. Ice cream! So excited! We reached the pinnacle. Less than a mile to the shelter. We'll take it. Today's had a lot of rock climbing, it felt like. Rock scrambles.
Good morning. It is raining really hard across the time. And it's like 8 something.
8:20.
8:20 and we're still in our tents. Last night we slept awful because at like 11, some guy, well, let me rephrase. Yesterday we were like climbing up on these rocks, rocking across the rocks and going down. And it wasn't that hard. We had done harder stuff that day. And we're climbing up the rocks and this guy's like, no, you should take the blue blaze. There's a blue blaze that goes around this. Like, it's much better to take the blue blaze. And we're like, no, I mean, like, we're following the AT. We're following the white blazes. We take the white blazes. And he's like, are you sure? Like, we're already up. We're like halfway through. And he's like, I'm not trying to mess you up, but like, the blue blaze, you don't have to go over all the rocks. And we're like, we're used to rocks. Like, it's fine. And so we start to go down, and Emily starts to go one way because she's more comfortable going that way. And he comes over, he's like, oh no, she should go the other way. And we're like, she does her own thing. Like, we all choose which path we take because we're all comfortable taking our own path. And then we were just like, yeah, okay, thanks. And then we just kind of go, and we're like, he's so weird. And so we get to the shelter, and we set up, everyone's like, did you see that guy? And we're like, yeah. And they're like, he kept telling me to go this way. And we're like, we're going our own way. He was trying to be helpful, but he was not. And then last night at like 11, he shows up at the shelter, blaring music. Thankfully, it's like the shelter and then a hill, and all the tenting is down the hill. We're all tenting, and they're like, I don't know.
We're not all.
No, they're like, I think
2
or 3 people in the shelter, and he is giving him his life story. Giving them his life story, and oh my gosh.
While the music is blaring.
While the music is blaring, and the cussing that went along with that. I woke up like an hour after we arrived, and I was like, Mom, who is this guy? And she's like, I have no clue, but
No, I said, it's the guy from...
it's the guy from the rocks. Like, he showed up at the shelter. And he just kept telling them, like, why don't you have tents? Like, you walked from Georgia, just go get a tent. I don't understand why so many people are doing the AT, and it was so annoying. And at one point, one guy went up there and was like, please be quiet, like, hikers need to sleep. And he got so mad, he blared his music even louder, and he was like, I don't know why he came up and told me to, like, be quiet, and we're all like, we wish you were quiet. And at one point, he said something, and all the people in the shelter were like, oh my gosh, please, just go away. So, I think, like, 4 hours after we arrived, he finally went away. But no one slept good, and a lot of people are still at camp because we're exhausted from not sleeping. But I think we're going to do 14 miles today. I'm not sure how many we're actually going to do. But we'll see. But that was a fun day yesterday. Fun night last night. So, yeah.
We were in the middle of climbing, and a storm came up. So we are hunkered at the base of our next climb, which is significant, and full of rock scrambles. Up in that general direction. And we're not going to do it during an electrical storm. So, hanging out with our umbrellas. Quasi trying to stay dry. I don't know that any of us are really dry at this point. So as soon as the thunder passed, we went ahead and climbed up that, oh, I'm going to fall here, big rock face, basically. Huge hands and feet to get up and over it. And now we're walking along a really pretty pond, and the sun is trying to come out. So I think we're going to stop for lunch here in a few more minutes. Maybe dry out the tent a little bit before we have to put it up in the rain again tonight. And it's so funny. We left the shelter area this morning before Ducky did. And I think we only hiked about 4 miles, and the girls were ready to put up the tent and call it good. We were already dripping. Everything was wet. They were just done. Becky shows up and tells us she wants to go all the way to the next shelter, and all of a sudden all my girls are like, yeah, we can do that too. So I'm glad Ducky showed up and gave my girls a little bit of motivation to keep going. So of course the fact that it has stopped raining for a little bit definitely helps some too. But I think we're going to get our 14 miles in. If I don't kill myself. I'm definitely slow on days when it's wet. Emily and I have both, again, already slipped today. Neither one of us got hurt. We're just muddy. But trying to avoid future slips. And there's the girls all up ahead.
So it stopped raining and the sun kind of came out. It's coming out for a brief moment. So we have everything out to dry as much as possible. Because it's supposed to start raining again later tonight. Probably before we get to camp. So we're going to have some lunch and let it dry a little bit. And then finish hiking. Today's just a long day. We didn't get out of camp till later, so taking a little bit longer to get to camp, but we'll eventually get there. We are coming to the lemon squeezer. Oh, it definitely is one.
I know, mine was cranking. You went pretty fast.
Alright.
Just kind of to lean up against the wall.
Am I gonna be rain cover? And my rain cover was a waterproof. I don't think it was in there.
Sarah, can you kill this mosquito, please?
Where?
Actually, just flew off. Mommy actually looks like a lemon with her back cover.
I'll come grab your cap here. Do you want me to get it?
Yeah, no, just get it. It's done. Go back here.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm taking Dusty.
Shooter.
I could not get it out.
You have to like kind of just lean up against the wall.
Good job, Mommy.
It's been a dirty day.
Yes. All right, y'all made it through.
Made it through. Here.
Well, when do you want to cross the road? Anytime?
Yeah.
When?
So good afternoon. We haven't filmed much lately. We did not film much yesterday. It was just way too wet to have the camera out.
If you want to see exclusive video, you can go on our
Yeah.
Ducky's
That
channel.
was Emily saying if you want to see video of yesterday, you'll have to wait till Ducky puts out her YouTube videos, but they'll probably be after the trail. So if she does, we'll link to it. But just a lot of rain. We had periods where it would dry out and then it would downpour again. And at this point, none of us were wearing rain gear or bothering with our umbrellas. We were like just embracing the nastiness that was yesterday. So it was not a fun day. Got to camp. Everything was sopping wet. And Emily is covered in bug bites. Yeah, I have stuff you need to put on them, I think. But shorter mileage today. Yesterday was only like 14.5 miles.
But it felt really
It felt longer than that. It was a long day just because of the nastiness.
And we didn't get out of camp until like 10 o'clock because we all slept in. Everyone in the shelter slept in because of that silly dude.
Yes.
Stupid dude.
Yeah, so we were just tired yesterday. Still carrying over a little bit today. You can't not have a good night's sleep out here without it affecting you for more than one day. But last night we all slept better. Did rain again in the middle of the night, but it was sunny when we got up this morning. Did sleep in, so the tents dried out, but everything else was still wet. So let me see if I can turn this and show you what this shelter looks like right now. It's a very cute shelter, but our stuff is literally strewn everywhere, drying. And then there's more stuff back behind me. So it's getting dry slowly but surely, and we'll be happy to put it in our packs when it does. Yeah, so that's the update for today. Just slow going today, but happy to have some sunshine. Sarah's like, sure, Mom. We're climbing up Black Mountain, and up top we're going to be able to see the New York City skyline. But to get to the top, you got to climb through, I think someone said, or climb up 420 stairs. That's like Amiclola all over again. The mosquitoes bad. Made it to the top of Black Mountain. I don't know if it'll show up on camera, but let's see. New York City skyline is, can't even see it in here now. Yeah, it doesn't show up. It's pretty hazy, but it's in that direction. That's pretty cool to see. Looking off towards Bear Mountain from West Mountain. We'll be climbing Bear Mountain tomorrow. So New York just has a lot of up and down, up and down, up and down.
It's like Georgia.
Yeah, it's feeling very much like Georgia did.
More like North Carolina, actually.
Kind of Pennsylvania, I feel like, robbed us of our trail legs with all the flatness. But that's okay, we're getting them strong again. Let's go find our campsite. There's been so little rain that the trees are losing their leaves, and it smells and looks like fall. Pretty, it's just, I don't think trees are supposed to lose their leaves in July. Good morning. Emily, turn around. Happy 21st birthday! We all slept great last night. And it's a beautiful day. It's going to be warm. So we're going to try to knock out some miles before it gets too scalding hot. But it's beautiful. Yeah, Rebecca goes, too late. It's already hot. You have a birthday tick.
Found one.
Where?
There.
Oh, it's one of the minuscule-ish type ones. You can't even see it on camera. All right, let's remove it. The girls are excited to find a bench with a back and a view. We are at the top of Bear Mountain. We have already made good use of the vending machines and the bear cans, bear cans to put our trash in. And now we're headed up the observation tower. It's got a little bit of the history as you go up it, it sounds like. So there are all these little like snippets of information you can read about as you go around here. And then on the tiles below, every once in a while, there will be like a question that you could have found the answer to by reading. It's a pretty cool way they've got this set up. And that is where we're getting ready to hike. Somewhere in that direction. We're in the process of hiking down Bear Mountain, which actually has a really nice path to it, so it's not hard at all, but hiking down to the lowest part of the AT. And today's kind of a bummer because the girls have been looking forward to seeing the Trailside Zoo since before we even started, but it is now closed, so we actually have to take a blue blaze around it, which they're bummed about, but part of hiking the trails, you never know what part's going to be open and what part's going to be closed. We're hiking along the Hessian Lake. Not allowed to feed the waterfowl and not allowed to swim. I have no idea what road we're crossing underneath, but it's nice and cool in here. Yes, and at this point, unfortunately, we have come to the point where we have to take the blue blaze. Getting ready to cross the Hudson River. So we're up on Shenandoah Mountain, and we found the memorial for September 11th. Good morning. We are leaving, or we left a little while ago, RPH shelter. There was a 7% chance of rain last night, and guess what? We got the 7% chance, so like 11:45, all of a sudden it is downpouring. And everybody, of course, had flies open because it's been so warm, trying to cool off. So in the middle of the night, you hear all the zippers going. So everyone's zipping everything back up, but that's all right. I had left my shirt on top of the tent to kind of like air out. So Sarah's the one that actually woke me up. I didn't even hear it. And I quickly grabbed it and dragged it inside the tent super quick, but it's all right. Everything was dry by morning, so did not have to pack up wet tents. But it's going to be another hot one today. It's going to be 94 degrees again. All of this part of New York is under a heat advisory again. We don't have any fun lakes to swim in today, or at least I don't think. We do have a stream that sounds like it might be big enough to get in later on this afternoon. And we will pass Nuclear Lake. But I want to do a little bit of research before we decide whether or not we're getting in there to swim. Sounds like on far out everybody's getting in. I think at this point it's a matter of, do I die of heat exhaustion or from nuclear waste or whatever happens to be the case with Nuclear Lake. So we shall see. But we're this morning on the way to a deli. It's a half-mile off trail. We have to do some road walking, but it's our water source. So springs, streams, everything's dried up. We do have a stream in about, at this point it's like probably less than 9 miles, but we're all down to a liter. So chugging water like crazy the last several days, and I know we're still not drinking enough. So we are not going to try to stretch our water. We are going to go to the deli, get real food, get Gatorade, and top off all the waters. So we'll see how the day progresses. Hiking on down to the deli. Made it to the deli, and everybody's got Gatorades and random food from inside. Filling our bellies before we start hiking again. Feels good. Oh, you can also camp back here. This is back behind the deli / pizza place, and they let you camp back here if you want to. It's only been 5 miles, so we're not going to stay, but it sure is tempting. This grass in the shade is nice. And dinner would be right there. Finished up at the deli, and now we're road walking back. But girls, show me what we're road walking with.
Popsicles.
Popsicles for everyone. What a great way to do a road walk.
Thank you, Ducky.
Good morning. I have no idea what this is a view of, but it is pretty this morning. Do we know?
It's just farmland.
It's just farmland. Yeah, I don't think it actually has.
It's a view in New York.
It's a view in New York. But we slept good down by, or just north of Nuclear Lake last night, and we're headed into the town of Pauling today. Gonna spend the night at their free hiker pavilion because, you know, it's hot outside. You should sleep outside. So that's what we're gonna do. But it feels nice to hike early in the morning. Stopping at the Telephone Pioneer Shelter, primarily because this shelter was built by the New York chapter of Telephone Pioneers. I don't remember the date. But my dad was not a member of the New York chapter, but was a member of the Telephone Pioneers. So I thought it would be cool to stop and get a picture and send home to my mom and my sister. So we made it to the road to Pauling, but it's a 3-mile road walk, or you got to try to hitch. So there's a farmer's market up here, it sounds like. So we'll see if we can get a ride to town, because I don't want to walk 3 miles on the road to town. So we'll see what happens.
We split up because we thought it'd be easier, 2 and 3. But they got a truck to stop.
Will
So
they
we're
come back for
hoping-
us?
Don't drive by.
We're hoping they're going to talk the driver into
Put her thumb up.
Which this was actually a really good spot.
It's a perfect spot. Yeah.
If not,
There's no truck. Oh my gosh, should we try this guy?
Drove by. We weren't all gonna fit in his truck, so they're going to the pavilion, and I guess we'll get picked up later. Thank you. Got lunch at the Village Pizza. It looks so good. Alright, we're at the laundromat doing laundry. So we're all in our rain gear sweltering away over here while the laundry is running, but we're gonna have clean clothes.
Good morning. It is too early to be awake. I don't know what time it is.
Just before 6.
Yeah. We are on our way to the train station in Pauling. We have like a mile walk to it. We are going to go to New York City today for the day, just for the day. Not staying there or anything, but last night we stayed at the free camping in Pauling, and we'll be there again tonight. But today we're going to New York City.
Here it comes. Let's go.
Nice bag.
You're good. No, they don't. We have to get those.
True North, that's Thomas the Train. The next station is
So, where to? We haven't been outside of New York City for 300 feet and we've already found Chick-fil-A, but it's closed today. It's so sad. All right, we'll live without sweet tea today. We found Times Square. There's the Disney store. So we have survived our very first subway ride in New York City. Thankfully the locals were there to help us out and tell us which trains to take and where to go. But we are about to see the Statue of Liberty. So looking forward to that. We found the Statue of Liberty. Way off in the distance. But there she is.
New York. McDonald's actually has real sweet tea.
Real sweet tea. Sarah's excited.
Mine's unsweet.
Oh, yours is
Oh,
unsweet.
mine's delicious.
Mine says sweet.
Mine's like Chick-fil-A.
Yours says unsweet. So you need to take yours back down and say, I ordered a sweet tea, and here's the receipt to prove it. So. Did he get it? Go ahead.
It was not popping up now. I'm not the only one who has problems with this.
There we go. We're getting ready to get on the train and go back to Grand Central Station so we can head back to Pawling, our last subway ride. We are catching the 509 back to Southeast Station, where we're going to transfer back over to the Pawling train and be home, I don't know, sometime before 7, just before 7. So, got dinner from Grand Central Station, and we're going to have full bellies and tired bodies, so we'll see if we stay awake the whole time.
So we got off the train from the Grand Station to get on to the other train that'll take us to Paulington. And so we get on the train and we're like, this is a really nice train considering like what we were on last time from Paulington. We're like, whatever, like this is nice. We're sitting there. And then this guy comes by and is like, this is the one at Grand Station, right? And the conductor says, yeah, this is. And we're like, wait, this is going to Grand Station? And he's like, yeah. And Mom goes, is this going to Paulington? And he goes, no. And we're like, oh. So we like jump up, grab our stuff and run out. But Ducky had gone in the bathroom. Thankfully, someone was in the bathroom, so she was just standing outside, and we're like, Ducky, this is the wrong train. So she runs over to us and then goes over tickets. And
We made it back.
we were about to stop, and Rebecca like braces her up against me, and then she goes flying down.
Oh, yeah.
Survived.
Time for ice cream. Stopped at Tacos and Cones for our reward of surviving New York City. It's good. It's the spot after a long day. Something really massive is on my side of the tent, and it's really gross looking. So that's what Mom's for. Her job is to get it off. Are you coming, Mom?
Next time on Trekking Along.